Work orders. Let's talk about work orders. Yeah, so work orders are basically any work that you would assign to your maintenance tech, which would be any work that needs to be completed around the property, whatever it is. So that's basically the jargon of it. That's what it's called. It's called a work order. It's a piece of paper that outlines what specific maintenance tasks needs to be completed, how it should be done, what it entails. So these are things that you would assign to your maintenance tech as an assistant manager, as a manager, as any employee of the company. Anything you want them to do, you need to have a specific work order form, and it's an authorization for them to do it. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. So yeah, work orders. You complete a bunch of work orders throughout your time working at the affordable housing property management, but there's a specific way to do the work order. So when you're doing work orders, you want to basically give as much information as you can. You're giving as much information as you can to your maintenance tech. You're relaying what the resident told you. So when things break down, when things are messed up, or if a light goes out, any problem that happened, you're going to be the first point of contact. The resident's going to reach out to you and is going to say, hey, Carlos, this is broken. I need help with this. This happened. The closet door fell out. Whatever it is. Your main objective would be to get as many notes as you can, get as much information as you can. I know it seems boring, but there's a specific way this has to be done. When you've been doing this a long time like me, you realize the value and the consistency, and realize that it's very important not to get sloppy. Even though you've been doing this many years, it's very important that you don't get sloppy and that you maintain consistency, because you're also setting the example for the new guys. So when you get a work order in, the resident's going to call you, hey, this is broken. Get as much information as you can, as much as you can. What is the problem? How does it look like? What exactly is it? What do you think it is? Where is it? What's it called? So you're getting as much information as you can, because then you're going to need this information to relay over to your maintenance tech. Now, key note here, and this is some good advice I'm giving you. So once you get as much information as you can, you have to get what is called access notes. Access notes is basically you're going to coordinate with the resident of when you can come in to have somebody come in to take care of the work, because you can't just show up. The only time that you could enter a unit without prior permission is that if there's an emergency. Keep that in mind, okay? Don't forget that. The residents might try to tell you that, oh, you can never come into my unit without 24-hour notice. And they're right, you can't. But if there's a freaking emergency, if there's a fire, if there's a flood, if there's blood coming out of their door, you have to enter, no matter what, no notice. And we're allowed to do that. That is per the housing under urban development. So that is called access notes. Any type of leak, any type of flood, anything like that, you would need to enter the same day and right away to assess the situation. But say it's just a light bulb or something that's broken. So you get access notice. You ask them, when can we come in? Can we come in right now? Can we come in tomorrow? Do we have permission to enter in case nobody is home? And that's the access note. So the resident might tell you, yeah, you come in anytime. Excellent. You check off the box. Come in anytime. Perfect. The resident might tell you, no, I want to be there. So it's a little bit more complicated, because now you have to coordinate with them. And so to coordinate with them is more complicated, because you got to plan out time for when the maintenance guy's not doing something, and you got to schedule time with them. So normally when they say, I want to be there, you say, okay, well, can we go right now, or can we go in an hour? Try to figure out when your maintenance tech can go. If he's working on something all day, then he's not going to be able to go. And that's why it's kind of hard for them to want to be there while we're working. And I understand sometimes the resident, they think that we're going to steal their things, so they want to keep an eye on us while we're working. Or they might not trust the maintenance tech, or they might say, no, your maintenance tech is not allowed in my unit. They can't do that, though. They cannot discriminate and say that one maintenance tech is not allowed in the unit when the other one is. Okay, so don't let the residents do that. Remember, response time to your work order is 24 to 48 hours. So you have 24 to 48 hours to take care of this problem, unless it's an emergency, and then it should be taken care of right away. So when coordinating with the resident, you've got 24 to 48 hours to coordinate with the resident. So now that's access notes. Now problem description. So this is where you took all those notes about what the problem is and you describe it into the work order. You put all the notes in there, what the problem is, where it's located, where it's the kitchen, whether it's in bedroom 1, whether it's in the entranceway, what the electrical problem, maintenance problem. And so a lot of times when you have the software, it'll pre-fill the residence information, but specifically that's where the access notes go. Now there is a new information that they're doing. There's a new upgrade to the software where the maintenance tech is now able to order parts, and it'll appear on the work order, and then the resident is billed for those parts. And we bill residents for things like light bulbs and burner plates, things that wear out. But it just depends on the lease and depends on the company policy. Some companies they bill for more things. Some companies they don't bill at all. It just really depends. You got to check with your supervisor and check with the company policy. But that's the new thing they're adding to the work order. So once the work order is complete, your maintenance tech, you would give these to them. So what you want to do is in the morning time, you want to have a meeting with your whole team, whether you're assistant manager, whether you're manager or regional. You want to have a meeting with your team in the morning, and you want to talk to the maintenance tech and figure out what his plan is for the day. What's he going to be working on today? And that's a great time to show him the work orders. You're going to show him all the open work orders, and he or she is going to show you all the work orders that he or she closed. So, and the ones that are open. So you guys can work it out, figure out what the plan is, and you guys can talk about it. It's very important that you talk about the work order. It's not here, just give them the work order. They got some bullshit ass management practices, and I've seen it, and you know who the fuck you are, who tell the manager, no, just give the maintenance tech the work order. Don't say anything to him. Don't say anything to your maintenance tech. Just give them the work order. How stupid is that? Because if the person doesn't work here, if the maintenance man doesn't work here, and you just give him a piece of paper that says like, oh, go do this. Yeah, I understand. You put excellent notes in there and everything, and he might be able to figure it out, but you really need to talk to them about it. You guys really need to have an idea, because what if he doesn't know how to do it? And you just give him the work order, and then he didn't do it, and then he goes and fucking half-ass it and leave, and then the resident calls you and says, hey, this is not done, and you can't say shit to him because, oh, just give him the work order. Don't say shit to him. So it's very important that you have the meeting, and it's very important that you are able to communicate and have meetings with your maintenance tech. There should be very good, strong communication between you guys. And if anybody's trying to break that communication, they're trying to take away your power, basically. They're trying to make you, they want you to be like you're stupid, like you're just here to look stupid, and that's it. You're incapable. That's basically what they're doing. So don't listen to those stupid ass management practices. And the people telling you that, just take a look at them and you can see. But may have a meeting with the maintenance tech. Make sure you have a meeting about your work orders. Plan out. And if he doesn't know how to do the work order, it's very important that you know that, so then you can send him to some training. But if you don't know that he don't know, and he don't know that he don't know, he's going to fuck something up. So you have in the morning, you have a meeting about all the work orders, and then once he's completed the work order, he's going to put on the time on there of how much time it took him. And if the resident is available, the resident will sign off on it saying that they're done. If they're not available, they'll just write not available. Then you have to close these. So all these work orders that are in the system, you have to go and check them off that they're closed, and so that they go away. And lastly, these work order papers, you want to file them, because you want to keep detailed records of all the maintenance work that you have done in a specific unit in a specific file, so you can track it, so you can see what the patterns are. So when it comes to work orders, it's a whole big thing, and there's a specific way to do it. But if you're able to do it properly and you follow exactly what I tell you, then you'll be very successful. Because when it comes to work orders, it's not about how many you can do today. It's how many work orders can you do consistently every single day, and that's going to add up. Because if you're doing 5 work orders every single day consistently for 5 days a week, for 52 weeks in a year, you're doing a lot of work on the property. You are really maintaining the property. But if you're just doing 10 today and 1 tomorrow and 10 next week and none the following week, it's inconsistent, and the property is going to fall apart. So there's a specific way to do the work order. Follow what I'm telling you, and you will be set up for success.